Yeah, good morning. My name's Simon Jordan. I'm a tenant of Marlborough Towers, which is the Marlborough Residents Association. And you're here basically looking at one of the projects that I've established over many years. The idea of the project basically was to transform a concrete area into a safe area, a teaching area with greenhouses, and also an area where young people can play out. The ultimate aim is to turn the rest of the estate into a similar sort of like style of a project with resin-bound surfaces, but also part of an educational centre for the local kids from the local school. The project was funded by Housing Advisory Panel funding, community safety funding, headed up by myself, what was the former West North West Homes, which is now Housing Leeds. As part of the aspiration of Housing Leeds, seeing the success of the project, but also being a highlight of the BBC's Green Corners project, we're looking to establish similar projects throughout the city around multi-storey complexes. The majority of the people that live in multi-storeys are of an older age, and as most people know, live in a multi-storey, there's nowhere for them to sit out and feel safe. So the area you're in here today is an ultimate area where people can come out and sit and do their knitting, have a cup of coffee and enjoy themselves. But we've also captured the old traditional drying area to my left, where people come out and actually dry the washing. And during the summer months actually sit, and the old saying says sit and watch your washing dry. Well, that's what the people do here because they feel safe. The little kids on the estate get infused by what a gooseberry and what a raspberry and what a blackcurrant look like, especially when you turn it into a drink or a jam. Tomatoes this year have been a bit poor, overwatered I think. Some of the residents have been a bit too keen for it. But yeah, first year on really, about 18 months on into the project, and we've got other plans afoot for the rest of the estate. What we'd like to do is create a sports area for the young people, because there's nothing really for the kids to do on the estate. It's an ideal opportunity, the smallest estate in Leeds, probably the smallest social housing estate in the country. On top of that, we want to put in some more fruit trees so that we can move them with pallet trucks. So we can apples at one end of the estate one year, pears the next, followed by plums. One of the things that I'd like to do is create some flowering meadows and introduce some beehives so that we can actually have our own honey and be self-sufficient that way. I'm looking for funding all the time, so if anybody does watch this and is inspired by the project and they've got any money, we're always looking for lots of money to improve the areas within the City of Leeds.